Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep into the world of ethical AI development again today.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
But this time,
This time we're going
it's a journey to the Himalayas.
the Himalayas.
We're not talking about a hiking trip, though. We're exploring a project called TATANKA
TATANKA.
that's trying to build ethical AI in Tibet.
In Tibet.
Of all places.
You wouldn't think it.
Right.
Not the first place that comes to mind.
No, not exactly Silicon Valley, is it?
But that's what makes it so interesting.
Exactly. So to get a handle on this, we've got all sorts of stuff from TATANKA.
You do.
Like articles.
Articles, yeah.
Their website.
Their website, definitely free.
FAQs.
For sure.
Even a fictional story they've put together.
It's to kind of lay out their vision.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool approach.
And then to add a little more context.
We're going to look at some developments in nearby Gansu province.
Okay, great. So, to kick things off,
Yeah.
TATANKA's vision.
Big vision.
It's to build AI that's not just intelligent, but also considers the well-being of humanity and culture.
Yeah, they're really big on that.
And they're not messing around.
No,
They've got a quote from the Dalai Lama right on their website.
straight from the source.
It says, "Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries."
Powerful stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Without them, humanity cannot survive.
Makes you think.
It does.
And it really gets at the heart of what they're doing.
Absolutely.
They see Tibetan Buddhism's principles.
Yeah.
Things like compassion,
Right.
mindfulness,
Yeah.
interdependence.
Yeah. Okay.
They see all that as the foundation for their whole approach.
Wow. So they're really connecting ancient philosophy to this cutting-edge technology.
That's exactly it. They are.
It's pretty mind-blowing, actually.
It is.
So how do they actually turn those, like, high-level principles into practical AI development?
Well, it's multifaceted,
Okay.
for example.
Yeah.
They're looking at how the concept of interdependence.
Can be applied to AI algorithms.
Interesting.
Instead of designing AI systems that compete,
Right.
they want to create systems that cooperate and work together.
That's a huge shift from what we usually hear about.
It is.
Like all this talk about an AI arms race and stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to move away from that mentality.
Interesting.
They think that focusing on collaboration rather than competition
Right.
will lead to AI that can better address those big global challenges.
Yeah.
Like climate change,
Yeah.
inequality,
Yeah.
all those things we're grappling with.
Makes sense.
So it's a really different approach.
But choosing Tibet as their location,
Yeah.
it's pretty out there, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Why there? Well, for one, they're really drawn to the cultural richness of Tibet, especially the focus on mindfulness and compassion in Tibetan Buddhism.
Right.
They think that, like, immersing their work in this environment will actually shape the very DNA of the AI they develop. It's almost like they're saying the environment itself can influence technology.
That's a great way to put it. They're not just building algorithms.
Yeah.
They're cultivating a certain mindset, a way of thinking about AI that's rooted in ethical considerations right from the start.
That's fascinating.
It is. They're really trying to do something different.
And they're looking at the social structures of Tibet, too, right?
They are.
I remember reading about the Masuo people,
Yes.
a nearby community with a matriarchal society.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, how does that play into their work?
Well, they see it as a model for governing AI. Instead of that top-down model. They're exploring ways to make decision-making more collaborative and distributed.
So they're drawing inspiration from both the philosophy and the actual social structures of the region.
Exactly. They believe that Tibet offers a unique blend of perspectives that can help shape a more ethical and inclusive approach to AI.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's about broadening the conversation about what AI can be.
It's fascinating stuff.
It really is. And we're scratching the surface here. It's amazing, really.
Yeah. This whole idea of building AI not in Silicon Valley,
Right.
but in Tibet.
Of all places.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about, like...
what we actually want from AI.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the goal here?
I'll admit,
Yeah.
when I first heard about TATANKA, I was skeptical.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, could a place known for, like, spirituality and monasteries
Right.
really be a hub for cutting-edge AI?
It's not the obvious connection,
Not at all.
but the more we dig into it,
Yeah.
the more I see how much depth there is to this.
Yeah, it's not superficial at all.
No, not at all. Their approach is fundamentally different.
It is.
Like, take their focus on interdependence
okay.
from Tibetan Buddhism.
Right.
That emphasis on interconnectedness.
Yeah.
That's not just some abstract idea for them.
So they're actually putting it into practice.
They are. They're trying to translate that philosophy into how their AI systems actually work.
So instead of AI that's all about competition,
Right. Every man for himself.
Winner takes all.
Exactly.
So they're aiming for systems that are, like, inherently cooperative.
That's it. AI that can help us solve problems together.
Together.
Not just, optimizing for individual gain.
That's a really different way of thinking about AI.
It is. And it gets to the heart of what they're trying to do.
Which is?
They see AI as a tool for, like, evolving our consciousness.
Wow.
Yeah, expanding what it means to be human.
That's pretty profound.
It is. It's not just about solving technical problems.
Right.
It's about using technology to become better, more compassionate people.
And how does that tie into those unique social structures in Tibet?
Yes, we talked about the 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗧 people earlier.
Right, with their matriarchal society.
Exactly. And TATANKA sees that
Yeah.
as a potential model for governing AI in the future.
Interesting.
Think about it.
Okay.
More decentralized decision-making.
Okay.
Less hierarchy.
Yeah.
More collaboration.
That's a pretty radical departure from how most tech companies operate.
It is. But that's what TATANKA is all about.
Yeah.
Challenging the status quo.
And making sure that AI benefits everyone.
Exactly. Not just the select few.
It all comes back to that idea of inclusivity.
Yes. Bringing more voices to the table.
Let's talk more about that fictional narrative they created.
Whispers of the Cento.
Yes. It really brings all these ideas to life.
It does. It's such a creative way to explore these complex issues.
And it doesn't shy away from the skepticism they face.
No, definitely not.
There's that scene where Dr. Dolma, the project lead, she gets challenged.
Oh, yeah, that scene is intense.
Like, can you really program something as subtle as empathy?
Into a machine.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
It is. Can we translate human qualities into algorithms?
That's the challenge TATANKA's taken on.
And then there's that moment with their AI, 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗡.
Right. 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗡. Such a cool name.
It is. And when it writes that poem.
About compassion. Chills.
It really does make you wonder.
If AI can be more than just, a tool.
Yeah.
If it can actually enhance our own capacity for empathy.
That's a powerful idea.
It is. And it opens up so many possibilities.
But I'm also thinking about the potential risks here.
Yeah. Good point.
I mean, using AI to interact with something as sensitive as cultural heritage.
Right.
Couldn't that have unintended consequences?
Absolutely. It's something TATANKA's very aware of.
They talk about it in their materials.
They do. They stress the need for responsible engagement with indigenous knowledge.
Okay, good.
And they're working directly with Tibetan communities.
To make sure it's done ethically.
Exactly. It's not about exploiting that knowledge.
Right.
It's about collaborating with the people who hold it.
And making sure they benefit.
Absolutely. It's a partnership.
And on a more practical level,
yeah,
developing cutting-edge AI in a remote location like Tibet.
Yeah, that can't be easy.
What about the logistics?
It's definitely a challenge.
I mean, attracting talent, building the infrastructure.
All of that.
How are they handling that?
Well, they're investing in training programs for local communities.
Okay, that's great.
And they're trying to create a work environment that's really appealing.
Yeah.
To people who, are passionate about their mission.
So they're thinking long term.
They are. It's not just about the tech itself.
It's about building a sustainable ecosystem.
Exactly. And they see Tibet as the perfect place to do that.
But we also have to acknowledge the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Tibet's political situation.
Right. It's complex.
It's delicate.
Could that impact a project like this?
It's something they have to navigate carefully.
But they seem committed to finding a way.
They do. They see their work as a bridge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a way to connect people.
And foster understanding.
Exactly. And using technology to do that?
That's pretty inspiring, actually.
It is. Especially when you compare it to what we see in Gansu province.
Right, with their focus on rapid industrialization.
And resource extraction.
It's such a stark contrast.
Yeah.
It really highlights those different paths we can take with AI.
One driven by economic growth.
At any cost.
And the other.
By a desire to align technology with human values.
It's a powerful reminder that we have choices.
We do.
About what kind of future we want to create.
Yeah, what kind of world do we want to live in?
And TATANKA is showing us
that a different path is possible.
That's a message worth hearing.
It is. And it's a conversation worth having.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
From the philosophy.
Yeah, the big ideas.
To the actual challenges they face.
Yeah, the nuts and bolts.
So it's clear that TATANKA...
They're really trying to do something different.
Radically different.
Yeah, with AI.
And that connection to Tibet.
It's not just a gimmick.
It's not.
They're deeply rooted there.
They are.
In the culture.
In the environment.
It's not just a backdrop.
No.
It's core to who they are.
You can really see that in their FAQs.
Yeah. They talk about embedding Tibetan Buddhist principles.
Right, into their algorithms.
Like literally coding compassion into the system.
Wow.
It's pretty wild.
We talked about AI preserving indigenous knowledge.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one for them.
Are they making progress on that?
They are. They are.
How so?
They're using AI to document and translate endangered languages.
Oh, okay.
And even to learn from those traditions.
That's amazing.
Imagine an AI that understands cultural nuances.
Yeah.
They're usually lost.
In those big data sets.
Exactly. The whole new way of thinking about AI.
It could be transformative.
It could. Not just for preserving cultures,
right?
But for how we develop AI in general.
It's like they're pushing the boundaries of what AI can be.
They are. It's not just about coding algorithms anymore.
It's about coding values.
Exactly.
And they're so mindful of the potential impact on Tibetan culture.
Oh, yeah, they're walking a tightrope there.
But it seems like they're doing it right.
They're not just extracting knowledge.
They're collaborating.
And with the communities.
And making sure everyone benefits.
It's a model for ethical development.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing to see.
It is.
Especially in the tech world.
Where it's often like, profits first.
Yeah, move fast and break things.
Right. But TATANKA's different.
They are?
Trying to build something good.
For humanity.
For the planet.
It's a big vision.
It is. But is it realistic?
Can we really program wisdom into a machine?
I mean, that's the million-dollar question.
It is. But TATANKA is asking it.
And maybe that's enough.
Yeah, to start the conversation.
And to inspire others.
To think differently.
I keep coming back to that fictional story.
Whispers of the Plateau.
Yeah. When 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗡 writes that poem.
About compassion.
It's like this glimpse.
Into what might be possible.
AI that can tap into something deeper.
Yeah, something more than just logic and data.
And they're drawing inspiration from so many places.
Yeah, Tibetan Buddhism, the 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗡 people.
That incredible landscape.
It's all connected.
It's such a holistic approach.
It really is.
It reminds us that technology...
It doesn't exist in a vacuum.
It's shaped by people.
By values.
By the environment.
They're creating this environment.
Of mindfulness.
Collaboration.
Respect for nature.
It's fascinating to see how that will all play out.
What kind of AI will emerge from that?
It makes you think about those contrasting approaches.
Yeah.
TATANKA versus 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗡𝗞𝗔 province.
Mindful development versus rapid growth.
Can those two coexist?
That's a question for all of us.
It is.
To consider.
TATANKA is showing us another way.
A different path.
A path where AI isn't just about efficiency.
But about enhancing our humanity.
About connection.
About building a better world.
It's a powerful vision.
And it's a conversation we need to have.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
yeah,
we encourage you
to explore TATANKA,
dig into their ideas,
challenge their assumptions,
or think about
what this means for the future of AI.
Because it's a future
that we're all creating.
together.